Hi, my name is Margaret Maddox, and I'm in the 10 a.m. lecture section. So this is my first post-lab video in regards to the crystal lab, crystal growth lab. My crystals have yet to show. The only noticeable change is the slight decrease in solution volume, as well as barely visible specks at the bottom of my vial. I'm not sure if you can see them here. They're just barely visible. So no crystals yet. To make my alum crystals, I began with a 4 molar potassium hydroxide solution to which I added a small piece of aluminum. I knew a chemical reaction was occurring due to the fact that the solution was beginning to boil and create smoke, and the color changed. Chemically, the aluminum gained both hydrogen and oxygen elements, making the aluminum hydroxide and changing the structure of the molecule. Then, when adding sulfuric acid, the AlOH4 is converted to AlOH3, which forms the white precipitate, which is what I saw, and that dissolves when it's further mixed, which we used a heating plate. And however, the structure of the AlOH4 goes from tetrahedral to trigonal planar in the AlOH3 during this conversion. Then after the solution was neutralized, after adding many acids, after it was neutralized again, we placed it into an ice bath, and the molecules were able to condense, and that formed the crystal solid, which we then dehydrated through vacuum filtration. To form a sodium chloride salt, I did my outside research using sciencenotes.org, and it was a fairly simple process. So I would begin by adding sodium chloride to boiling water until it dissolves. Pretty basic. Afterwards, I would pour the saturated salt solution into a clear, open container to allow the solution to evaporate and for crystals to form. Those were the only steps provided. Seems pretty basic. However, if I wanted to form a perfect cubic crystal rather than a mass of crystals, which the previous procedure that I just described would form, I would begin by making a seed crystal. And to do this, I would pour a small amount of the saturated salt solution that I created in the first procedure, so just boiling sodium chloride and water, onto a watch glass, and after the solution dries, I would select a single square crystal and remove it from the dish. Then I would pour the remaining cooled sodium chloride solution into a clear jar, and I would connect my seed crystal to a string or to another way to attach it to a coffee filter, which then I would dip into the water, into the sodium chloride solution after it's cooled, because we don't want to melt our seed crystal. And I would allow that to sit in a steady and shaded place for a few weeks, and I would observe the changes. So once again, I attained my notes from sciencenotes.org, and hopefully I get some crystals in the next week or so. All right, thanks. Bye.